Okay, so I want to make a quick video kind of running through this process utilizing some software applications and tools that I found to be pretty fun and helpful. So this is Mixamo Fuse. It is available on Steam. It's abandonware, so it's completely free to download and to utilize. It's one of my favorite tools for creating base human characters. There are a lot of other tools out there that are fantastic. I really like this one because I find it to be rather versatile, and the characters and stuff it makes are pretty great springboards for more complex projects, or sometimes work great for just stand-ins the way they are. And I like the fact that the price is free. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with by picking the head you want to use for your project. If you have downloaded this from Steam, there's also a DLC that you can get that adds the Team Fortress 2 characters and a couple other models like the Aura Control model in here. For this, I'm just going to pick a character and kind of go through the process and more or less go kind of quick. So I'm going to pick one of these guys. I'm going to right click and do add matching parts. So instead of just adding the head, it creates the whole character in one go. So boom, you can see here is the character generated again with all the matching parts. You can actually mix and match parts. Not all the parts fit together properly. So if you're mixing and matching different body parts, you get some weird results. Sometimes that's what you want depending on what kind of character you're making for whatever project. There are so many different sliders and fun things you can do to modify this character. Again, you can also slide on the character itself. So you can see here I've made it have pointy ears or not pointy ears. We can change the ear lobes, just almost anything you can kind of imagine here on this character. And you can mix and match to create exactly the kind of character you have in mind. I'm giving him pointy ears just to kind of illustrate the point. Make him a little less pointy. All right, so again, you can kind of play around with this. Clothing options, there are a limited number of clothing options. There are guides and tutorials and ways to import your own clothing into Fuse. So if you find that you really like Fuse and you really wish you had more options, you can actually make more stuff. There are even a few places on the internet, because this program's been kind of abandoned for about almost a decade now. It's kind of hard to find, but there are some places on the internet you might find even more clothing and different items to work with. But real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and create this character, and until I'm happy with what it is. Okay, here we go. Looks fantastic. You can even fine-tune the textures of the objects however you want. So you can choose kind of pre-made fabrics, or mix and match and do all kinds of stuff. It's a pretty cool program. And again, abandoned, so it's free. Once we're happy with our character, I'm just going to go ahead and export it as an object file. While there is a button here at the top that says animate, this doesn't work anymore. So while we are going to use Mixamo, which is the same company that made this, the same software tools, we can't do it just through the interface. So I'm going to click export model as object. Again, you can play around with some of these settings if there's a reason, or if you don't like what it does. Like you can pack the textures and UVs together into one file, etc. I'm just going to leave it all the same. Hit OK. All right. In my downloads folder, I'm going to go ahead and put this, and I'm going to call this Old Man, and hit save. Okay. So that's Fuse. You saw it was pretty easy to do. We spent 4 minutes making this character, and we could, of course, spend even more time doing it. I'm trying to keep these videos as short as possible. If you're playing with Fuse, feel free to play around in there. It's a really fun program. It's kind of like The Sims. There's a whole lot of really cool options we can do to make some neat characters. So, again, I really highly recommend it. In the next video, we're going to rig this guy.